Hi, beautiful collective. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I don't think today's read's going to be a good one. Just going to let you know, Spirit's going to call a lot of people's asses out today. I did a video yesterday honoring the upright emperors. I was not referring to low vibrational emperors, emperors that are not emperors, emperors that are in reverse. I was not referring to emperors that are fakes, phonies, false twins. I'm talking and was talking about upright emperors. And I noticed a lot of the collective energy was going on the attack. Attacking me, attacking, well, that's not my emperor. My emperor is a cheat, a liar, a thief. My emperor is this. My emperor. I wasn't talking about those emperors. People, please know your labels. That's the card that kept popping out when I was doing the pre-shuffle. Know who you're labeling. We cannot label all emperors as assholes because they're not. And that's a plain fact. And maybe you're labeling an emperor as an emperor when they're unworthy of the title. You know what I mean? Let us not do this. If you can be an empress, an emperor can be an emperor. And that's just the way it is. A true emperor, an upright emperor, should be congratulated for being that way. Just saying, there's a lot of bias in the community. There is a lot of bias amongst feminine energies and masculine energies as to what an emperor actually is. What is an empress? It can work in reverse. And not only that, but a lot of emperors also are empresses, and a lot of empresses are also emperors. They've had to be, because chances are they're alone. Now, I don't like the labels that people come on here. It's like saying that all masculines are bad. It's like saying all feminines are bad. They're not. It's bias in the community. And I want to put that out there. And I want to let Spirit clarify this reading. So, if I can take time out of my life to honor empresses, why cannot I take time out of my life to honor upright emperors who are worthy of the title? And just to be real with you guys, there's bias. It is lump summing all people in one category or another. And it is not fair, and it is not just, and it is not a good habit to get in. So if we can turn around, that's hypocrisy. If we can turn around and label a lying, cheating thief, a sneak, a liar, a pervert, a molester, an emperor, there's something wrong with the community. They are not emperors. They're not emperors, if that's what they're doing. Same as empresses. If they are doing that, they are not empresses. They're empresses or emperors in reverse. And it's an insult to the ones that are worthy of the title. For example, I had an emperor as a father. Upright, genuine, honest, sincere, dedicated, trustworthy. I have 5 brothers who are all emperors. They take care of their children. They are responsible. They're genuine. They're sincere. They're loving. They're kind. They're devoted, and they're good to their families and their children's. There are emperors out there. And it's an insult when you call an emperor who is not an emperor an emperor. And it's also an insult when you're labeling empresses who are not empresses. Let's call them out, Spirit. What's going on? Envy and dark attachments are not emperors or empresses. They're dark attachments, you know? See? It's like it has to be exposed. Anything that is dark will be exposed. Diplomacy, people. Diplomacy. Don't let envy and anger and all that in. Let's go. Call them out, Spirit. The angel of love. Call them out, Spirit. Emperors love their families. They're blessed with loving hearts. Feminines, masculines. I don't care who it is. It's what path you choose. Most often, all that glitters isn't gold. Those are the fakes who pretend to be all glittery on the outside when inside they're not. People gotta open up their minds. They gotta open up. Yeah. A lot of people think that they're with someone who is, you know, divine. They're thinking that. They're not actually divines. You know, you cannot judge a book by its cover here, okay? It's falsehood, man. I'm just telling you. Appreciation. Appreciate when you actually get someone divine in your life, and be diplomatic here. There are a lot of broken hearts. It's knowing your own worth, your own value, and those that are open to spirit. Those who are very loving and kind, who take action, you know, and these are people that can do it. It's the community. You know what? That's what Spirit's saying. It is the community that is putting labels on who are empresses, who are emperors, who are kings, who are queens, who are this, who are that. Know your labels. When you are calling someone an emperor, make sure they're an emperor. When you're calling someone an empress, make sure they're an empress. That's what this is saying. I'm going to the tarot. You know, an emperor knows their own value, even though it doesn't, you cannot judge a man by the money that they make. They might have no money at all and be an emperor, but they know their worth. They know their value. They're very loving. They're fun to be around. They hide nothing. They are their true, authentic selves. They are good with their children. They are diplomatic. They are gentle. They are kind. But more often than not, they know their own value. They know what they're worth. These people who are being labeled as emperors, who are dealing with third parties, who are getting STDs, all those things, not contributing to their households, not contributing. They're getting titles as emperors and they're not emperors, and vice versa. You know, there is some kind of instability that Spirit's trying to address. People don't want to see. It's like they're blindfolded. They don't want to see the truth. Emperors or empresses are stable within themselves. And a lot of people don't want to see that truth. A lot of these are karmic relationships. And people want to pretend that they are in some kind of divine union when they're not in a divine union. And that's what Spirit is saying. That's not what the reader is saying. That is what the cards are saying, what the universe is trying to tell people. A lot of these are karmic cycles, and they're being called emperors or empresses when they're karmics. It is not to say that these people cannot evolve into being emperors or empresses, because they can. But a lot of people don't want to see that. And they get offended at me. A lot of the collective is getting offended at me for, like, how can you say that about this emperor? I'm not talking about your low vibrational person in your life. I'm talking about genuine, upright emperors and empresses. There are many fakes who pretend to be divine, and they are not divine. They are karmics. And it seems to be like there is a war about this. You know, like, I don't know. Spirit, tell me more. The star, you know, these people who are empresses and emperors, they follow their north node, their north star. And if your person is not following their north node, their north star, they are not in empress or emperor energy. And that's a fact. They're wannabes, fakes, frauds, deceptive. That's not an upright emperor or empress. An upright emperor or empress is, they're an open book. They are genuine. A lot of these people think that most of them are pages. Immature, novices, beginners. It's not to say they can't complete their north node or follow their destiny, but know your labels. If you're talking about someone who's immature, they're not an emperor or an empress. They're not a queen, they're not a king, they're a page or a knight. Because they are not in their north node. A lot of these are karmics. Karmic cycles. emperors and empresses have reached a level of awareness. They have completed their cycle, which means they have evolved. They are not out being deceptive. They're not cheaters. They're not liars. They are not thieves. And if your person is any of those things, they're not an upright emperor or empress. And that's that simple. Mm-hmm. They are not self-serving. They offer equal reciprocity. What you put in, they will match. They have done their transformation. They've completed their ascension. They are not self-serving. They offer equal give and take. They follow the guidance of the universe. They're on their destined paths. They are stable, even if they're alone. They offer stability. They're solid. They are stable within themselves. They're generally hard workers and contributors. Leaders. A lot of them are caregivers. You know what I mean? They're generous. They're generous with their time, their emotions, there's fond memories here. So like I'm saying, in the past, they could have started out as a page. You know what I mean? Like, it's for evolution, guys. But their spirit is adamant about this labeling. Because, quite honestly, most of these people who are putting labels on other people, calling them divine, calling them divine beings when they're not divine. They're fakes and frauds pretending to be divine. Yeah. Pages or knights. That's the transformation. Then they become kings. Then they become emperors when they have completed their ascension process. See? Judgment. Judging people. Putting labels on people that are not worthy of the labels. You know, since I've been doing tarot like all of these years, damned, I have never called myself an empress. Because I don't need to. If I am, I am. I don't need anybody knowing that I am. I just am what I am. I'll let Spirit make that judgment call. I do not label myself. Yeah. People who are self-serving are definitely not emperors or empresses. People who feed off of others are not emperors or empresses. Anybody who is self-serving, like taking from others to fill themselves up and being greedy, are not emperors or empresses. And money does not make the man or the woman. Now, Spirit is saying a lot of these people who are like that, who are heavily burdened, who they've gone through trials and tribulations, they have fought many personal wars. They have had to learn the hard way. They have had to learn through trial, tribulation, and error. Things never come easy. They've fought many wars. You know what I mean? Many battles. The truth always comes to light. This is self-sabotage. Yeah. There's a lot of people are pages. That's what the universe is saying. Now, I know a lot of you are not going to like that, but anybody's out being immature, creating drama wherever they go, creating problems for other people. That's not how emperors and empresses operate. That is self-sabotaging thoughts, emotions, and feelings. We can self-sabotage our own minds by believing, oh, I got an emperor and they're a page. They got a long way to go. That is self-sabotage. Nobody's going to like this. I know it, Spirit, but it is what it is. A lot of these are karmic cycles. Until you receive ascension, the highest level. These are cycles that have been enduring. These are cycles that people have fought many battles, many wars, masculines or feminines, to achieve this higher learning, this higher ascension. Many of these people are mentors, have a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share. That's what makes an emperor. When they have achieved the highest ascension, complete enlightenment. These are the chosen ones. When you have completed your ascension and learned all the lessons that you needed to learn, and they did not come easy, those are the chosen. Those are the ones that the universe highly favors, because They did not do all this corruption. You know what I mean? They are not corrupt. They're strong. They're warriors. It makes them happy and fulfills them to make other people happy. They're selfless. They're not selfish. They're selfless. They've learned to be warriors. They've learned to be defenders. These are not people who go out abusing. These are not people that go out and they're defenders. They defend their families, their units, people they care about. They have had to face all the fiery darts that have come against them and have learned to defend themselves. They are warriors. These are not people who are greedy. They're not thieves. They're not liars. They're not abusers. They have learned to defend what is theirs, their God-given rights to happiness, to wish fulfillment, and defend it with courage. These are warriors. They like justice. They like balance. They are not blind to what justice is. They're defenders of justice. They hate seeing other people injured. These are your empaths. These are your light workers. These are people who fight for those that they care about, and quite often at their own expense. They do not juggle. They're not insecure. They are not unstable. They're not blind to the truth. They're not blind to justice. They defend the truth. They defend justice. And they have learned to be a warrior. That's what makes an empress. That is what makes an emperor. Knowing their own worth, their own value, even when they're alone. They have done the inner work. They don't go around creating towers. They don't go around hurting people. They usually have been the ones who have been hurt. They're defenders, warriors of the truth. They're honest. They have high integrity. They're not in stuck energy. They have received enlightenment. They know the truth. I told you. They fought many battles, many wars. They got a lot of scars. Other people like to remain with the blindfold on. believe lies instead of the truth. They're not pages. They're not afraid to apologize if they've done something wrong. They're not afraid to say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. They're defenders of the truth. They will fight for the truth, for honesty, integrity. Masculines or feminines, they will walk away from bullshit. They don't care if they gotta stay alone. They do not care. They're standing in their true, authentic selves. They don't care if other people like it. That's what they will stand alone in their truth. Because they've learned from the battlefields right and wrong. They're warriors. And they wield the sword of truth. They are not afraid to communicate the truth. They're trustworthy. They're full of integrity and honesty. They are not delusional. They do not have many options all over the place, where they would rather be alone. And if they do not meet their match, they're not afraid to walk away and be alone. They're powerful. They're balanced. They take positive movement forward. They have learned to balance out their own energies. And like I said, a lot of these are the feminines and the masculines combined. They're balanced within themselves. A lot of these are alone and choose to remain alone and be of service to the truth. They're balanced. They're masculine and their feminine energies. A lot of these are here for a worldly mission. They're defenders of the planet. They're defenders of the oceans, the lands. These are people who will defend the truth and are not afraid to, even if they stand alone. They've taken a leap of faith. They are manifestors. They're able to manifest and bring their ideas, and they have learned to access all the tools that they need and have access to the ethers. That's how far their intentions go. They're balanced. They're temperate. They're gentle usually. They're kind. They're completely balanced. And it's like these people are defenders of the truth, the universe. They will never, ever do 10 swords on you. But many of these have received it. They're team players. They act as a collective. They act as... They work with the universe. They honor their commitments. They will never do this. That's not what they're about. If your person has betrayed you, these people are not into it. Now, if they have done this, they could be a page or a knight, or a page or a feminine or masculine. They don't go around the world doing this. You know what I mean? They're not into it. They don't like drama. They act with high honor and integrity and respect. These are well-respected individuals. They didn't get there by being a 10 of swords, a 3 of swords. They got there by high honor, respect, and integrity for themselves and those around them. So if people are out doing this in your life, they're not emperors or empresses. They may have of course, at one time they were pages or knights, but they have ascended. They don't lie. They're highly intuitive, but they don't hold secrets. Honor and respect and integrity is what they're all about. They don't go around rejecting people, yet they've been rejected. They're not ruled by their passions. You know what I mean? They're not ruled by their emotions. They're confident. They're stable individuals. They love deeply. They're not players. They do not play. They follow their destined path and they focus in on their north node. And these people seek out like-minded people like themselves who are also following their north node. A true emperor or a true empress, they know what they're guided to do. They're highly intuitive. They follow their north node. They're not going to entertain a page. They're not going to entertain a knight. They want someone on their own level, because otherwise they know they're trading down instead of trading up. That's the devil. Confusing people. That is what the devil does. The trickster of all tricksters confuses people. These people are gentle. These people are loving. They're quite honored. They stand for truth, honor, respect, and integrity. That's what makes an emperor or an empress. They don't go around doing this shit, guys. They still got lessons to learn. If they're out doing that, they're not an upright emperor or empress. They are not toxic. They are not codependent. They are not ruled by their passions. They are not into all this crime and drugs and, you know what I mean? That's a low vibrational emperor or empress, but that is not an upright emperor or empress. They speak the truth. They're defenders of their families. They are protectors. They're not thieves. They're not tricksters. They're not deceivers. It is the devil who is the deceptic. It's the devil who deceives. So you could have like an emperor or an empress who fell into this temptation, of course. They've demoted themselves. They no longer are emperors or empresses. They're the ones that have fallen. And they got to repeat and earn their way back if they can. These people are lovers, not haters. They are not deceptive. They're not immature. They don't abandon people they love. They're not all like turning their back on people. They are lovers by nature, and they usually want to find their equal counterparts. They're slow moving. They make good decisions. You know, these people have shed a lot of tears along the way. Just to be real, they've gone through so much. But most of all, they're highly intuitive. They're spiritual in nature. And they're believers of love and generosity. And these people would do whatever it took to stand in honor and integrity. They are not out here cheating. They're not out there lying. They're not out there doing drugs and getting STDs and screwing 50 people. You know what I'm saying? These are people with high honor and integrity. So we as a collective energy have got to realize that in the community, we are giving people labels and putting labels on people that are unworthy of it. You cannot call a liar or a deceiver or a cheat an emperor or an empress because they're a fake. They're not. And I get offended when I get comments on the channel. Says, well, nice to see there's a few upright people. There are a lot of upright people out there. A lot of them. Well, my empress or my emperor, they did this and they did that. Well, you know what? If they did that, they're not emperors or empresses. They're backsliders. They've fallen for the devil's tricks, and they have lost their titles. They are no longer emperors or empresses. They are in reverse. When Spirit cautions the community, watch your labels. That's exactly what Spirit means. Do not be giving people ranks and promotions that are not worthy of them. You emperors and you empresses who know who you are, you know that they do not operate this way. They're not into it. They're usually the ones that have gotten burned. They're usually the ones that have been through so much drama and are worthy of these titles. They've fought many wars. They've been accused. They've been defeated many times. They've been accused falsely many times. They've had to endure and endure. And when you go out calling people things that are unworthy of the titles, it's a slap in the face to the universe. They're not deserving of the titles. Don't be giving it to them. Spirit saying, I'm going to do another collective read, guys. Hopefully This will solve the issue and the problem, and we need to support one another when we are emperors or empresses, or we are on our journeys. We can't give these titles to people that don't deserve to have them. When you have so many people who are fighting for the truth, fighting for justice, fighting for families, fighting these wars, and then you go give a deceptive devil energy the title they're not worthy of. Know your labels, Spirit is saying, before you judge. When you judge and you say, there are no emperors out there, or these emperors are this way. They're not emperors. They are not empresses. They have fallen. Just food for thought, guys. It's what the cards are saying. That is what the universe is trying to tell you guys. It is us as a community who is putting these labels on people, and they are not worthy of them. They're not even in tune with the universe. They are not taking their templed paths. They're not honorable. Give the honor and the respect to those who are worthy. These are the universal warriors. They're not these low vibrational pieces of crap that have fallen from grace. These are people who have kept to their honored path. Honor themselves and honor others around them, and honor the advice they get from the universe, not the other way around. Take care.